Morton versus Kevin Nash. The War of Words. This must have been the first feud that was born out of the new shoot interview.
I remember some of that.
Now listen to me, okay? We're in a business.
He was
all right?
pissed.
Now we're not on TV. We're not on here. I'm out on the independent circuit, not making a fucking dime. You hear me?
Yes, and he's only making $50.
I did an interview like we're doing now, and somebody asked me about Kevin Nash and an incident. But see, the incident was at work too. And I called him a cocksucker. I called him a motherfucker. I called him the shits.
I remember that. Hold it. Because I seen it, there's a DVD I have. I said the early 2000s at the shoot interviews. It was The Heat, or Got Heat, something like that. 2 discs, I remember. And he had cussed out. As a matter of fact, him and Ricky and Robert was sitting there. They were both sitting there, and he cursed them out. He cursed them like a dog. And I forgot I seen it again on YouTube. If they didn't delete it, so I'll go back and look for it. It's called Ricky Morton Hates Nash or something like that. And yeah, he was pissed. He to be the bullshitting along. He seemed pretty pissed off. It was like a 5-minute rant or something like that. And about messing with us, talking about this. He was working with you. I mean, working you. But he was pissed off. No, you see. And I remember Rick or his partner, or his tag partner said, "Say what you feel and say what you mean," something like that. And he's speaking his piece. So I don't know. You talking about it was fake, artificial.
Thing, when the interview was over,
hold on, let me get this back a little bit.
And I called him a cocksucker.
Yeah.
I called him a motherfucker. I called him the shits. And boom, went through this whole thing. But when the interview was over, Robert Gibson goes, "What did you say that for?" I said, "Robert, watch. One day, he will bite on it." You hear me? Kevin, now, if Kevin's smart to our business, he knows I don't mean shit about that. The same thing we was talking about Jimmy Cornette earlier.
Wow, because I remember that. And he looked legitimate pissed off. And he was like, "Kevin Nash, a piece of shit." He was like, "You ain't did nothing but kiss some ass." And I remember the other video I did talking about Nash is out there throwing Twitters. And now this part was funny. I don't care if he was joking. I mean, if he was joking or if he was serious. He said Nash is out there throwing Twitters about me. What the hell is a tweeter anyway? He's like, "The only tweeter I got is right here." I about fell out the damn chair laughing. That was so funny. Y'all talking about this try not to laugh thing and all this other stuff. That was funny. That beats that out. Because I believe because Ricky Morton, he's really not an internet person like that. So what the hell is a damn tweeter? And he said, "The only tweeter I got is right here." And that shit was funny. And then so I don't know if that other part was bullshit because that guy was bleeding when he got out the car and beat the shit out of whoever that promoter guy, whoever that guy was. And he told him, is this real for you? Is it not for you? And he kicked him square in his head. I don't know if that was fake. Now, he kicked the shit out of that guy. I don't know. He rubbed his face in the dirt and everything. I don't know. That was a different story.
To the business, that's just what they do. Jimmy Cornette probably makes $50,000 a month off his damn podcast. He's got all these sponsors and stuff. Hell, I'll be on there stirring up shit too.
Well, Cornette's rants are classic.
I'm on the independent circuit. So what happens? Kevin Nash bites. Now we got all these interviews with Kevin Nash is coming, 7'7", all man. You understand what I'm saying? Here I am, this little son of a bitch, but I'm fighting for the righteous of the independent.
He's not that tall. 7'7".
You're the guy that did this shit right here.
He's 6'11".
This is an independent show. At that time, it was the biggest fucking crowd they ever had.
Johnny Gonzalez was 7'7".
This son of a bitch was sold out. A big old building. It was on pay-per-view. All right? I made what I got guaranteed. That's the biggest payoff I ever had in my life. I think I got paid like $4,000 for that son of a bitch, and then I got paid $3,000 off the pay-per-view money. You see what I'm saying? That's a $7,000 house. Now, everybody that's out there listening, and everybody that's out there understanding something, who's a dumbass, me or you? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I did this before it even happened. I was the first one to do it. You know, now they do it all the time. And nobody buys it, but people believed it. That's the difference between...
Well,
I mean, if I went on...
but some of those videos wasn't fake. Like the I wish I could talk to him right now, Shivani, or somebody who was I think Pitbull was there too. The Orndorff Vader thing. He said he was right there. Kevin was right there, not Nash. Sullivan, and I guess they all said the same story. They couldn't find Vader, and he was running late for something. And then him and Orndorff got into a shouting match. They turned into a physical match. And they said Orndorff, what's his name? Sullivan and Shivani said Orndorff beat the shit out of him. Would shoot with sandals on, flip-flops. And I remember Orndorff had the interview on that Heat DVD. He said if he had the steel toes on, in which I agree that if he had the steel toes or the mountain gears or the Timberlands, it would have been a lot worse. But Orndorff, you can tell Orndorff don't play.
Big guy, no, sucker. That was you. You know, nobody wants to be called a sucker unless you are one. It don't matter. It don't matter. No, it don't matter either way. I'm just trying to make $1. And Kevin Nash, he knew that. We had a hell of a match together. You know, it's just the way it is, fella.
Yeah, but Ricky Morton, you something else. But I wish I could ask Ricky Morton about that, kicking that man in the head. Because I'm not even picking at him, but that old man beat his ass. He beat him good. Is this real enough for you? Here you go. He lunged back with that heavy sneaker and kicked it right in the head. Ooh, ooh, and rubbed his face in the dirt. Oh no! I have it on the in the video somewhere. I did a reaction to it. I think that was back when I started the reacting. It got to be 2 or 3 years ago now. But yeah, he kicked that man's ass. But he was bullshitting about the Nash thing. That's something. But there wasn't nothing bullshit about that Orndorff thing though, because that wasn't funny. Because Orndorff, who was talking about that? Tony Ellis, and Tony said he beat him up, which is crazy. But Tony Ellis got the amateur background, but a lot of guys was saying Orndorff was hot tempered, and Orndorff Sullivan said he knew him before wrestling, so he knows him personally. So maybe I know people like that for real anyway. That the hot tempered, they ain't gonna tell you, but one time to chill out, and then ass is getting whooped. There ain't gonna be no 2 or 3 times.